Hi guys, welcome to Momo's Tutorials. Today we are looking at vegetative or asexual reproduction. Here on asexual reproduction, this is just a production of new individual plants from vegetative structures without the use of seeds. There's no fertilization taking place on these ones. There's no use of seeds that is taking place. So many plants, they are actually capable of producing new separate plants from their existing non-seed parts such as stems, roots, and leaves. I'm sure if you're from Makaya, you are well familiar with sugar cane. You are well familiar with sweet potato, that we don't usually use seeds for sweet potato. We just use the small branches that we have, and then they will eventually develop into what our proper sweet potato that we can actually harvest. So now let's have a look at the methods of asexual reproduction in plants. We have what we call rhizomes. These rhizomes, an example of a plant that reproduces using rhizomes, it's grass. Okay, so what happens is the main part of the stem remains below the ground and grow horizontally. If you've been to rural areas, then they ask you to dig in the garden for this, for the grass, to get rid of the grass. If you don't dig deep enough to remove the stem underground, right, grass will eventually come back immediately through that's the process of rhizomes. So what happens is the main part of the stem, it remains below the ground and grow horizontally, right? Some of the terminal buds may produce an erect stem that emerges above the ground. So each and every bud that you have on that particular grass will develop into new grass like that. It will start growing, going up like that. So these manufacture food which is stored in the part below. So once they are above the ground and they are green, they start making food, and the food will be stored in the stem. So new shoots, they develop from the lateral buds. When we look at what? At the rhizomes, there's no seeds involved there. I'm sure you can see. And then we have what we call tubers. An example of a plant that reproduces using tubers is an Irish potato. So for tubers, they are short, thick underground stems or roots of plants, right? We have stem tubers or root tubers, right? So these frequently bear buds from which new identical plants may grow using food stored in the tuber. As for stem tubers, they have tiny scale leaves and lateral buds. So a root tuber is a lateral root that has been modified to function as a storage organ. So when it's a root tuber, your roots are actually the one acting as the storage organ for food, and then the new shoots will develop from that root. But then when we're looking at the potato here, this is a stem tuber, and these things that looks like eyes, you know, the black dots that you see on potatoes, they are actually the ones that are going to develop into what? A young shoot. From these black dots, that's where the young shoot would develop from, right? And then we have cuttings. The cuttings work mostly on sugar cane, cassava, and sweet potato. I'm very much familiar with sweet potato, right? So these are portions of stems, roots, or leaves that are removed and planted in the sand, you know, especially in the loose soil, or even in water sometimes. So roots grow from the base of the stem into the soil while the shoot continues to grow and produce leaves. I said I'm so much familiar with the sweet potato. You just cut the branch, you know, it's going to be having leaves and so forth. You put it underground on the loose soil, yes, you know, in a week or so, you find out that it's now developing. You know, the green part will come up, and then photosynthesis takes place at the bottom. The roots will start developing, and then we have our nice sweet potato at the end of the day. So those are the types of different ways plants can actually reproduce asexually without any use of seeds, without any fertilization taking place. So on our next video, we'll be looking at the advantages of asexual reproduction and its disadvantages as well. Okay.